Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it seems as though they're here to stay. Cap, we are coming from the book of the Beatles. Later on, was remade by the book of Boys to Men. And that song yesterday, there's a lot to unpack there. It's a song about regret, heartbreak, dwelling in the past, ruminating on the past, really, right? And that's what Spirit wants us to talk about. What is it that you, Capricorn, may be dwelling on that may not be serving you? It may have something to do with a past romantic relationship, it may have something to do with family. We're going to find out. I'm Shauna. This is your highest good tarot. Welcome or welcome back, Capricorn. Keep in mind, this message isn't for everybody. Take it as it resonates. All right, let's see. What is the situation surrounding Capricorn that keeps them focused on yesterday? Situation. Let's see. We got the Two of Cups. We have the Fool. All right. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Essentially, three beautiful cards, right? At the bottom of the deck, though, Three of Swords. Hmm. I'm Spirit has me focused on the fact that these swords are pens. And I've said this before in my readings. I just about Capricorns and how y'all would take the hell out of some notes, right? And that's because it's um hmm, there's rigidity. There's rigidity, not just with you, Capricorn, but with earth signs. You know, this is coming from somebody that has two different earth signs in my chart, although it's not my sun one. So there's a rigidness, because there are parameters. And there's standard operating procedures. It's SOPs, and how our expectations may not match what really happens in reality. And we end up heartbroken. Behind the Three of Swords is a Page of Swords. This is, developed into the Page of Swords has in modern times developed into somebody who can be nosy. That person who is scrolling on other people's pages can be somebody who wants to control things, but really doesn't have any control because they're just learning stuff, right? Can barely control their own actions because they're not the King of Swords, they're the Page. Put this here. And we'll go back to your spread because that's the energy that I'm getting here. That rigidity, that certainty that it's supposed to turn out like this. This is how it's supposed to happen. That's the energy surrounding this spread. The Two of Cups, the Fool, and the Ace of Pentacles. But obviously, it didn't turn out the way you thought it would. The Two of Cups, I'm not getting, a divine meaning like a divine match rather, but this was definitely a fated one. A faded meaning where you went with it. You fell hard. It was, you know, everything was cool. And even better than cool, because you saw a lot of maybe even like you saw a lot of stability in it with the Ace of Pentacles here. Definitely had the potential. If it wasn't like there was the potential of growth and to become. Can we clarify this Ace of Pentacles, please? And then I'll clarify this Three of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, Ten of Swords. With the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The potential was there. So the expectation made sense because the potential was there. Like if we follow this, if we do this, then this will happen. It's like it was set up like an equation, an algebraic equation, uh, Pythagorean theorem: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You know, that's what I'm getting here. This is what's supposed to happen if we line these things up. However, that's not how it happened. You are in a space where you essentially either go back into the cycle or you start again. But either way, you were essentially betrayed. Yeah. This is where it was supposed to end up. Yeah. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Let's clarify this Three of Swords and Page of Swords, please. Clarify that combo: Three of Swords, Page of Swords. We have the Ten of Wands. That's interesting. Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands came out. 1010 may be a number that means something to you. Cap. At the bottom of the deck, King of Cups. This whole situation ended up being emotionally burdensome. Emotionally burdensome for whoever the King of Cups is, because of how rigid, when you're dealing with somebody who's, you know, flowy, like a water sign. They may not have been a water sign, but somebody who is a lot less rigid, and you come in with more of a controlling, rigid energy. It may become something that is more suppressing and controlling. The word suppressing came out. That was what Spirit said. And it got to a point where they couldn't take it. Yeah. Hmm. Hold on, y'all. I gotta plug up my laptop. Okay. So that just seems where the focus is now. Where you think about that. Like where did it go wrong? Why didn't it work out? Right? Let's find out. Let's find out. Because This is Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands energy. It's time to move forward, go into a different space, a different energy. Why didn't this situation work out for Cap? Why didn't this Two of Cups situation where Cap fell hard work out? Why didn't this Two of Cups situation work out for Cap? Mm, yeah. You know, it's difficult when you are growing together. What came out is shared healing. Together, you're breaking generational patterns and becoming the example you never had growing up. When there is, the combination of two people who are trauma bonded or, you know, working through things, we have a tendency to, make mistakes on both sides. We have a tendency to, it's that battle from doing things that you've been conditioned to do and breaking those things. So you were both on a healing journey. Both on a healing journey. What else? Anything else? Power dynamic. Remember that time? Control. One person holds the control and the other is tiptoeing. Love should feel like a partnership, not a power struggle. At the bottom of the deck, we have fantasy. This will go back to A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Are you falling for them or falling for the story you've written in your mind about how this could be? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Life isn't as rigid as a math equation. Love definitely isn't. Yeah. So let's go into what the refocus is for you. Now, Cap, what's the refocus for Cap? Now that they know that they were in a shared healing partnership and there was power dynamic, what's the refocus? Cap, like, share, subscribe if you're still with me. We have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Emperor. There's balance in everything. There's balance in everything. And although the Emperor has power, the Emperor is synonymous with power, but the Emperor is also somebody who is authoritative. I think that's the right one because authoritarian is the not so good one. So this person knows where to give and where to receive, not take, right? And there has to be a shift and a balance in those things. You have to be able to balance your obligations as well as balance, have balance in your relationship, but that balance starts from within. So whatever power struggle is going on within, it has to be healed throughout the generations. It has to start with you. This is something that started in the family. Maybe you saw something and you started uh, setting a narrative in your mind like, I'm never going to do that. Never going to do that. But if you want the success and the wealth of all types surrounding your future romantic, familial, and platonic relationships. There has to be that balance if you want them to be ones of longevity. There has to be that stability, that balance within, where sometimes you do lean into your emperor energy, and other times you lean into your empress. There's a difference. So it starts with you. Yeah. Let's get some last messages here for you, Taurus. Mm, my bad. Did I call you Taurus before, Cap? I apologize. I apologize. Cap was the last zodiac I did. You may have Capricorn in your chart. Let's get some last messages here. Final messages. For Taurus. Any additional advice? Yeah, when there's a struggle with control, anything else, it comes from a space of lack, where we don't feel we have control, where we feel we aren't complete. And the first one that came out is that Taurus. Taurus, you need to know you are complete. You are already whole. You're not lacking in anything. You don't need anybody to complete you. Somebody will come in who compliments you, not completes you. Icing complements the cake. It is not the cake. Let go of any guilt and shame that you may be feeling, Taurus. Guilt and shame is something that separates you from your divine path. It separates you from your divine connection with whomever guides you spiritually. It's one thing to take accountability, but to continue to carry guilt and shame about something that has been done, it separates you. You have a choice. You have a choice. You can choose to change and to align, or choose not to. Free will. And for those of you who may be in relationships and starting the same cycles, nope, this ain't it. Anything else? Am I called? Listen, Spirit was just like, you keep calling them Taurus. This is Capricorn. Oh, Cap. My apologies, Cap. Because we started off where I was talking cash shit about your Cap, your rigidity, anything else for Capricorn. Yeah, I apologize. Please charge it to my head and not my heart. You know. But the last few messages from Spirit's funny because they were like, like, no, stop saying Taurus. Like, my bad. I'm so sorry. I apologize, Cap. Um, you may be connected to a goddess of water. This is not a comprehensive list, but whatever pantheon you feel led to spiritually, look up what the signs, synchronicities, and symbols are when that goddess is calling on you, and how you connect with them. Some of them are Oshun, Selassie, Mamiwata. We have Mazu, Yemaya, um, Ganga, Anuket. Like I said, it's not a comprehensive list. And to those goddesses, please charge it to my head and not my heart if I mispronounced your name. And for anybody in the comments, if I mispronounced it, please correct me. I am not above reproach. Um, but also, Spirit says, let it go. Release to receive. This goes back to letting go of guilt and shame, letting go of needing to control something. You have to release it to receive. Also, remove your energy. You know, if you are in a situation that isn't serving you any longer, whether it is romantic, financial, it could be your job, it could be, platonic friendship, it could be a blockage. It could be a blockage. That's what I have, Cap. Yep. Spirit said that's all. I hope this helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, Cap. Bye.